Hello, my dear friend. I'm so glad you've made it here tonight. Before we begin, take a moment to breathe slowly, gently, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Outside, the forest is wrapped in rain, soft, steady, endless, the kind of rain that hushes the world. You've been walking a long time, haven't you? The air is cool, your shoes damp, your breath calm but tired, and just ahead, through the veil of rain, you see it, a cabin tucked between old pine trees, its windows glowing like gentle embers. The path bends slightly, wood soft beneath your feet. The smell of wet earth mixes with pine and something else, wood smoke. The scent drifts through the rain, warm and familiar. It feels like home, even if you've never been here before. As you reach the porch, the roof above catches the rainfall, drumming gently like fingertips on old wood. A soft light flickers through the curtain. Someone's there. Or maybe it's just the fire. You knock once. The sound is small. The rain answers softly, as if giving permission. When the door opens, warmth spills out. The air smells of cedar, herbal tea, and something sweet, perhaps honey. A woman stands there, wrapped in a wool shawl, her eyes kind. You must be cold, she says softly. Come in, the fire is still strong. You step inside, the door closes, and the rain becomes distant again. A song outside the walls. Inside, the world is golden. The fireplace crackles, its glow dancing across shelves of books and dried herbs. She hands you a blanket, soft, woven from something thick and warm. Sit by the fire, she says. I'll pour you something. You lower yourself into a chair, and the cushion sighs beneath you. The rain keeps singing beyond the glass, while the fire hums a deeper song here inside. The woman pours tea into a small clay cup. Steam rises. The smell of chamomile and honey fills the air. You wrap your hands around it, and warmth begins to travel up your arms, into your chest, into your breath. She smiles, her voice a whisper now. Let the rain do the talking tonight. All you need to do, she pauses, and the fire pops, is rest. You nod, and the world around you begins to blur softly. The cabin hums, the storm sighs, and in this small circle of warmth, you begin to let go. The rain outside continues, steady and endless. It falls against the roof of the cabin in slow patterns, a rhythm so soft it feels like breathing. You can hear it in waves, a 1,000 droplets finding their way through leaves, across the gutters, down into the earth. Inside, the world is gold. The fireplace burns quietly, its crackle low and comforting. Flames curl around, split logs, painting shadows that move across the wall. You watch them twist and flicker like living brushstrokes of light. The woman sits in a chair across from you, hands wrapped around her own cup of tea. For a while, neither of you speaks. There's no need. The cabin has its own voice. It hums in the rain, in the sound of the firewood popping, in the creak of the floorboards, in the wind whispering past the chimney. Everything is alive, but nothing hurries. You take a sip of tea. It tastes faintly of honey and earth, warm, grounding. The cup radiates against your palms, and for the first time in days, you feel warmth that isn't from movement, but from rest. The woman's voice breaks the silence, soft and even. This cabin has stood here for longer than anyone remembers, she says. It's seen 1,000 storms, and not one has ever broken it. You glance around the shelves, lined with glass jars and dried herbs. A quilt folded neatly across the back of a chair, a small clock ticking gently on the mantel. Everything feels touched by time, but cared for, like memory made visible. The woman sets her cup down, the sound small but sure. Storms come and go, she says. What matters is the fire you keep inside. Her eyes meet yours, calm and knowing, and for a moment it feels as though she can see every worry you've carried. You look back to the fire. Its glow pulses like a living heart, breathing warmth into every corner. Outside, thunder murmurs far away, not angry, just tired, like the sky itself needs sleep. The woman rises, takes a long piece of firewood from the stack, and places it gently among the embers. A shower of sparks drifts upward, each one disappearing before it can touch the ceiling. They remind me of thoughts, she says. Here for a moment, then gone. You smile faintly. The warmth of the fire settles deeper into your body. Your shoulders relax. Your hands grow still. Your breath falls into rhythm with the rain again. She moves toward a shelf, takes down a small tin, and adds a pinch of dried lavender to the kettle. The fragrance fills the air, soft, floral, healing. It drifts with the smoke, rising in graceful curls that fade into the beams above. You close your eyes for a moment, listening to the rain, the fire, the slow rhythm of breath. In the stillness, you realize the quiet isn't empty. It's full of life, of peace, of everything that waits for you when you finally stop running. The woman hums softly, an old tune you don't quite recognize. Her voice is low, gentle, woven with the sound of rain. It feels like a memory of comfort, something from childhood, familiar and safe. You open your eyes again, and the flames dance in them. Everything in the room glows faintly. The brass handles of drawers, the rim of the teacup, the small framed painting of the forest hanging on the wall. Time has melted. Minutes stretch into something softer, something that no longer needs to be counted. Your eyes grow heavy, not from exhaustion, but from calm. Outside, rain taps on the window. The sound is patient, like a friend who waits. Each drop seems to say, "You are here now." And as you breathe in the warmth, the scent of smoke and lavender, you feel something inside you loosen. It's the part that holds everything together, the part that never stops thinking, never stops moving. Now it rests too. The woman speaks again, her words drifting like the smoke from the fire. "Let the night take care of you," she whispers. "It knows how." And so you do. You lean back, the blanket warm around your shoulders, the rain constant, the fire steady, and for the first time in a long time you stop. The night settles deeper around the cabin. Outside, the forest hums beneath the rain. Each drop finds a place to rest. On the roof, on the leaves, on the earth itself. The sound fills every corner of the world, a quiet language of its own. You sit near the fire, its glow softer now, umber fading into embers. The warmth is gentle, no longer fierce, but like the breath of something alive and kind. The woman has gone to rest. Her chair stands empty across from you, a shawl folded neatly on the arm. Only her presence lingers, woven into the room's hush, like the scent of tea and wood smoke. You listen, rain, fire, and the slow tick of the clock. The world has narrowed to this room, this chair, this breath. Through the window, you see nothing but silver motion. Raindrops chase each other down the glass, joining, separating, like tiny rivers, forming and breaking apart. The lamp's reflection glows on the pane, a halo of gold in the storm. The fire cracks softly, pulling you back to its rhythm. You realize that everything, the rain, the warmth, the hush, moves together in harmony. It is not noise, it is music. A slow breath escapes you. You hadn't noticed you were holding it. Now, each inhale feels deeper, each exhale softer, as if the forest itself breathes with you. Somewhere outside, an owl calls, its voice a single echo that fades into the distance. The rain answers in whispers, its pattern never the same twice. Each drop is its own story, its own beginning and end. The fire shifts again. You lean forward slightly, stirring the coals with the small iron rod. A few sparks rise and vanish, the briefest constellations of light. It reminds you of nights from long ago, perhaps at home, perhaps somewhere else. Memory doesn't always need to be clear to be kind. You close your eyes, the scent of the cabin wraps around you. Cedar, lavender, and faint smoke. It's not perfume, it's time, the smell of moments that have stayed. When you open your eyes again, the rain has softened. You can see outlines of trees, their branches glistening in the dim light. Drops cling to pine needles like tiny beads of glass. Everything shines quietly, as though the forest is made of breathing jewels. You stand and walk to the window. The wooden floor creaks beneath your feet, a sound both old and familiar. Your reflection merges with the rain, your outline blending into the dark beyond the glass. It feels like the forest sees you back, not with eyes, but with presence, as though it too recognizes something quiet in you. A thought drifts through your mind, gentle as the rain itself. Maybe the cabin isn't just a shelter from the storm. Maybe it's a place the storm brings people to. A place where the rain decides you've done enough and it's time to rest. You smile at the idea. The window fogs faintly with your breath. You draw a small circle in the condensation, watching it blur almost instantly. Even impermanence can be beautiful. Behind you, the fire sighs again, and you return to your chair. The blanket still holds the warmth of your body. The room feels smaller now, not in space, but in distance from worry. The clock ticks on. Each second feels slower, less important, like it's learning to rest, too. You sip the last of your tea. It's cool now, but still sweet. Outside, the rain returns to a whisper. You can almost imagine it speaking words not of sound, but of rhythm. It says, stay. It says, breathe. It says, sleep. And somewhere between those words, your eyes begin to close again. The storm's lullaby continues, gentle, endless, kind. The hours drift quietly, folding one into another. Outside, the rain has softened to a hush. It no longer falls. It lingers like a breath held by the night itself. The fire is smaller now. Only embers remain, glowing like tiny eyes, half closed in dream. They flicker, fade, then breathe again, alive but tired. You sit very still. The blanket has grown heavy across your knees. Its weight, both real and kind. Every sound, the wood sigh, the whisper of water outside, the faint rhythm of your breath, feels perfectly placed. The woman's words echo in memory. What matters is the fire you keep inside. You realize now that the words were never just about warmth, they were about this quiet, this peace, this moment where everything holds you and asks for nothing in return. A log shifts in the hearth. A small burst of light spills into the room, painting your face in gentle gold. Dust dances in the air, slow as snow. You find yourself counting the rise and fall of your breath, not because you must, but because each one feels like a tiny arrival. Each inhale brings the scent of rain-cooled air. Each exhale gives it back. Time drapes. The cabin seems to float somewhere between earth and dream. Even the walls breathe, wood expanding and resting with the rhythm of night. You think of how long this little place has stood here, through storms, through winters, through mornings no one remembers, and still it stands, quietly keeping its promise. You reach toward the fire with one hand, feeling the last trace of warmth. It feels like a pulse, steady, unseen, alive. For a heartbeat, you imagine that warmth traveling into you, a golden thread, weaving its way through every tired part of your being. Your fingers relax, your jaw unclenches, your shoulders release what they've carried all day. Each muscle softens under the hush of rain. The wind outside has changed direction. It sighs across the chimney, carrying a low hum that sounds almost like a lullaby. You imagine the forest leaning closer, listening, keeping you company. A memory rises, perhaps from childhood, perhaps from some other life. A candle's glow, a cat voice, reading a story. The comfort of knowing someone stayed awake to watch over you. That same feeling returns now, as if the night itself has taken that role. The embers pulse again, then dim. They don't vanish, they rest. Even the fire is seems, knows when to surrender to sleep. You lean your head back against the chair, rain patterns against the roof. Soft, circular, infinite. Each drop sounds like a small prayer whispered for peace. The kind of peace that doesn't need to be earned. Your breathing slows further. The world narrows to warmth and sound. You can almost see the air shimmer, a quiet mirage between waking and dream. The cabin creaks again, not from age, but from comfort. It knows you're here. It knows you found what you were looking for. The thought comes softly, without language. You belong here. And as your mind begins to drift, images blur together. Rain on pine, firelight on wood, the shape of a hand resting near yours. No story left to tell now, just the rhythm of rest. The cabin breathes with you, the forest breathes with you, the earth breathes with you. And all that's left is stillness. Something shifts, not loudly, not even fully awake, but softly, like the world remembering how to breathe. You open your eyes. The room is pale with morning. Light seeps through the curtains, gold and cool at once, like sunlight that has washed itself clean in rain. The fire has gone to embers. A faint warmth still lives in the ashes, a heartbeat refusing to fade. You sit up slowly, the blanket slips from your shoulders, its weight leaving behind a quiet comfort. Outside, the rain has stopped. In its place, a world reborn. Every branch drips with silver, each drop catching light as if the trees wear tiny crowns. The air smells new, wet pine, cool earth, and something faintly sweet, the ghost of last night's lavender. You rise and walk toward the window. The floorboards are cool beneath your feet, smooth with years of use. A beam of morning light lands on the table, turning the steam from the kettle into a soft mist. The woman is already awake. She stands by the stove, hands folded around a cup of tea. Her hair catches the sunlight, a faint halo against the pale walls. She turns, and her smile is quiet, the kind that belongs to people who understand silence. "Good morning," she says. Her voice sounds like the first note of a song. The forest is still learning to sing. "You slept well." You nod, and the truth of it hums through your buds. You did sleep well, not just the kind of sleep that rests the body, but the kind that untangles the spirit. She gestures toward the window. "It's always like this after a long rain," she says. the forest forgives everything. You look out again. Mist curls between the trees, soft as breath. A small bird hops across the wet railing, shaking droplets from its wings before flying toward the light. Each sound is new, each silence is kind. The woman pours tea into a second cup. She sets it in front of you. Steam rises, blurring the edge of the cup like memory. You hold it carefully, feeling the warmth seep through your fingers. Outside, the last of the rain slides from the eaves, a single note in a gyeongsang. You know, she says, the rain never really leaves. It just becomes the air we breathe. Her gaze lingers on the window, and maybe, she adds, that's how peace works too. You take a sip. The taste is delicate, like morning itself, a mix of earth and honey and light. The warmth travels down to your chest, settling there, steady as a heartbeat. The fire gives a final sigh, then rests. It has done its work, and in the quiet, you realize something simple and whole. You have, without noticing, become part of the cabin. The rain, the wood, the warmth, they all move through you now. You are the silence between raindrops, the glow behind closed eyes, the exhale that says enough. You thank the woman softly. No more words are needed. She smiles again and turns back to her cup. You step outside for a moment, onto the damp porch. The forest greets you with a low murmur of wind through wet leaves. Somewhere, a small brook begins to sing again. The world feels rinsed, light, clear, forgiven. You take one deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. The air, taste of rain and new beginnings. When you turn back to the cabin, you know it will remain here, watching over the next traveler who comes with tired eyes and restless thoughts. The fire will be waiting, the rain will return, and peace, like the scent of tea and wood smoke, will always linger. You take one last sip of warmth, let the morning hold you close, and whisper to yourself, it's okay to rest. The forest listens, the cabin listens, the world listens, and for a little while longer so do you. The story has ended, but the night continues to hold you. Outside, the rain has begun again, not as a storm, but as a whisper. Each drop falls like a heartbeat from the sky, soft, steady, endless. You are safe here. You are warm. You are home. Let the sound of rain be your blanket now. Let it weave through your dreams the way threads move through the loom. yet sure, unhurried. The cabin's hearth still glows faintly, even as your mind drifts. Its warmth does not fade, it follows you inward. That small golden fire, the one you tended tonight, will stay with you through the quiet hours, through the dreams, through the dawn. Take a slow breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Each breath carries you deeper into softness, into peace, into stillness. The world outside can wait. There is no task left undone, no thought demanding your attention. Just this, the sound of rain, the memory of warmth, the feeling of being enough. You've done enough for today. You've carried enough. You've tried enough. Now rest. Imagine the cabin's window beside your bed. Rain sliding down the glass. The fire hums softly. The scent of wood and lavender lingers in the air. Outside, the world sleeps, and you are part of that peace. The rain knows your name now. It will keep you safe. It will sing you home. Let the rhythm guide you. Let the warmth carry you. Let your thoughts dissolve like mist into morning. And as you drift slowly, sweetly into dreams, remember this: the fire never dies. It waits quietly for when you return, and it will always light again. Sleep now. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. Sweet dreams. Good night.